have not been nervous for a lore stream in a long time. Right. Let's jump in. I really don't want to get out of bed today, but we have things to do. Look busy, look alive, look like you have something to do. Hello, Jimmy. I can actually put you back next to the door now that the foxes have some place to be. It's not a perfect place, but it'll do for the time being. Oh. Oh, he responded. I'll check what that is in a second. Let's see. Hello, this is Sal. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for your letter. I appreciate the kind words. I think starting from the beginning would be good for both of us. Good, he agrees. An introduction from me would also be good. Hi, I am Sal. First name Salmon, last name Boy. That's already different. I am a traveler of the multiverse who completes tasks for a higher being. Interesting. However, I have taken some union mandated leave to rest my weary soul. He has a union? With me is my travel companion Rashers. I met him from this world, and together we have traveled the void and other places. I'm surprised how well he has held up in his travels. He's such a good friend to have during those lonely adventures. I would love to take up your offer about receiving information on what is happening in town. I can also exchange information on what is happening over here in the outskirts and near New Sand City. That actually might be valuable. I always love a good information exchange. Don't you just? Also, to answer your point about El Salvador, right. Maybe learning some backstory about him could be beneficial. Who knows, if I have lost my memory, it could jog things in my brain dome. It could, or it could be used to mimic him further. So how about this? I propose we schedule a time to have tea together. Oh. We can invite others, or it can be just us, but I reckon we should sit down and chat together about those memories. Also, continued onto the next page. Yes, I assumed. I can share my stories with you then too about the void. Ooh. I have so many adventures I will probably need a chance to sit and prepare for them. Just like me, and write it down what I knew about my Sal. So let me know when works best for you. Okay. Looking forward to chatting in future letters. From your friendly neighbor, Void Being Boar. Sal and also Rashers. Of course, he writes a PS. He always forgets things. Jay says hi and hopes you're well. Oh, me too. Have a lovely day. Thank you. You know, maybe it was worth it getting up this morning. I write back to him for now. Oh, thank Christ, my demand went through. It has been such a hassle going through the administration of the Rose Bastion. They said the secretary was gone for a few days. But at least now I have something. Okay, hold on. Let's keep that preciously in here. And let's go visit the Bastion. It's fine, I'm gonna be in the Nether. Night shouldn't bother me. Let's go visit the Bastion and try to get our hands on the new chief of the Bastion, because he has been running from every responsibility and every contact that is attempting to be made with him. And that is not very leaderly of him. It's important when you have a shift in power to at least make sure you get along with the rest of the rulers around the place. Already? Much as I like holding my spear, does look like my bow is still the most efficient here. Alright, off to the bastion. Give me one moment. Right. For some reason my brain wanted me to riptide in the nether. One, I don't have the right enchantments on this trident. And secondly, what do you want to riptide from, brain? This is so much easier to find the bastion now. Yep. I'm hoping stealth is gonna be there and not running around God knows where. Oh, isn't that so much easier? Entirely worth the effort to pave this entire road. Now, ideally I would light it up so nothing dangerous spawns here. But it's not really my concern, is it? Now let's see. Please refrain from using slurs. Right, the P word that I still don't know what it is. Let's just go simple. Here you go.
Sal?
Ah! The person I was looking for. Hello, Self.
Hi. Why are you here?
I am here because I have an appointment with you.
Okay, yeah, but come on, there's no way you properly filed the paperwork. We're very strict with,
I am used to administrations and things taking a long time.
When did Gregory sign this? He was...
Apparently he went missing for a few days.
Oh. You know what? I guess that tracks. Fine. You filed it properly. You can... I'm gonna go ahead to New Sense. You have to check damage. I guess you can come with me if you want.
No, gladly.
Okay. Yeah, go on. You first.
After you, actually.
Okay.
The lever for the trap is within the bastion.
Oh. I mean, so why would I why would I hurt you? If anything, I should be more wary of you.
You sounded like you really did not want to talk to me just a moment ago, and I cannot be sure of the level of annoyance that I got into you.
What do you... Oh, wait, you didn't know. So, Sal, you remember the last time you were at the Bastion? You know, when you met me and, well, you said that you want to be Jake's friend.
Yes.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that?
Well, first let me say that you made some impressive strides in terms of language since then.
Oh, yeah, thank you. I studied really hardly.
And what happened to that is that you saw which side I picked when the battle came.
But but you lied to me.
You were threatening to throw me into Rufus. I had to play the only
No.
card that I had.
No, I was threatening to murder you. Those are two completely different things.
Look at me again and tell me that it was foolish of me to try to save my skin.
It was foolish of you to try and save your skin.
Did you just obey out of habit, or do you really think that?
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. That's not why I'm a little uncomfortable around you.
Oh?
Um, look, I'll admit, I'm not an idiot. You needed to live. That
Mm-hmm.
was your way of living. But you see, when you when you did that, you kinda caused some stuff to happen to me.
Look
Oh,
out. Missed.
okay. You better not be pointing those at me.
I will not be.
Okay.
There's a second one on
Yeah.
your left.
We'll be fine.
If you say so.
All right. As I was saying, sorry. So, oh, skeletons. You got a little something on your face, in your hair.
It's fine. It'll go away in time.
Okay. But
So,
yeah,
New Sun City, you said.
yeah, I have to check on some stuff. But after you left, I reported to, the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I had to deal with too many of those recently. But if I had to fight another fucking skeleton, I might got a bit angry. But yeah, so I had to report to the boss, and you know what? I'm just gonna. You're kind of the reason my brother's dead.
Excuse me, how did that happen? First, my condolences.
It happened a while ago. Okay. So basically, a while ago, well, pretty much right after you left, I gave Jack an update because, well, he is my boss.
This way.
Oh, is this right? Yeah, sorry, I just had to refamiliarize myself.
It's alright.
Oh.
I have a nether pathway project. That is how I know.
Oh, that's what that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And
Hold
somebody
on.
has been working on it while I wasn't there, so that's heartening.
Mm-hmm.
I swear I can get inside a portal. And not just over it.
There you go. Don't you hate it when a portal cuts off your speech?
Yes, I do, and I hate even more when it cuts up my path, but we'll deal with that in time.
Yeah. But yeah, welcome to New Sand City. You were here before when it happened. But sorry, I keep forgetting what we're talking about. So I reported to Jack, and he wasn't too happy that I let someone trick me.
Mm-hmm.
I, you.
Yes, I was following so far.
So he decided to teach me a lesson.
And he killed your brother.
No, he forced me to push my brother into Rufus.
I am sorry for your loss. But
Uh,
I hope you do realize that I did not force you to do this. He did.
no, I know, no, I know that. Like I said, I'm not dumb. I'm aware of that. Is there anything that you want to check? I mostly got to count how many of these Jack heads there are.
Well, maybe we'll see better from the top of the wall.
Oh yeah, sure.
And are
Um,
the machines still there? Yes, they are.
oh yeah, I gotta set a team for that. I know it's not your fault. I know that, but you see, thing is, it's just sometimes easier to blame someone, and I can't blame Jack anymore. He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, I'm sorry.
No, it's
Uh,
alright, I understand grief.
and just so much has happened now ever since I've taken charge of the Bastion.
Yes, how is that going, by the way? I wanted to check with you. Mm-hmm.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does, in more ways than you think. You're new to leadership, aren't you?
Yeah. Should I give you the short? Do you want the short version or the long version?
I think you just gave me the short version, so...
I can give you a slightly less short version, the medium-sized version, if you will.
I would like this one, yes.
Okay. So basically, hold on, let's go over here. I got depressed. Leon game because you remember the funeral?
Yes.
Do you remember how Gregory said there was a plumbing issue in the Bastion?
Yes, considering you guys don't have any water. That was surprising.
Yeah. Yeah, Leon came up to check on that because like I kept ducking meetings, and then Andrew was also there because he was doing Smith of things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna pretend like I understand that.
This is a familiar path.
Yeah. And long story short, we ended up inside Rufus. We had to climb out through the poop. Oh yeah, I'm not supposed to talk about that. That's what's done is done. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Despite this technically being my city now, I have
Mhm.
never seen this place before in my life.
Really?
No.
I've only
Jack
seen
wouldn't
it.
let me.
I've only seen it from
Sorry.
a distance because we weren't supposed to come to New Sand City, considering it was, a war zone.
There. Jack wouldn't let me explore it. To be honest, the only time I've been to New Sand City was, well, that day.
Hmm.
But no, as I was saying, where was I? Where was I?
Um, you were talking about the fact that something happened with Rufus and Leon and Andrew.
Oh yes. Basically there, Andrew with his Andrew things put his TV head on me, and then I got to see my past.
He can remove
Like,
he can remove his TV head and put it on somebody
no,
else.
he had a spare one.
Oh,
Um,
all right. Why did he
his
do
current
that for?
because we needed to try and find a way outside of Rufus, and because I kind of remember Jack saying something, but rather than finding the solution through that, I just relived my entire trauma.
From
You can
having
imagine.
a TV head put on you?
Yeah, so the TV head, it essentially showed me my past because I hadn't really remembered it much. Um, and I got to relive moments like back when I was a kid.
Hmm.
Um, when I met Jack. When what is this place?
It looks like a multi-layered party place.
Uh, but yeah, when I met Jack, when
Kitchen.
um when he killed, well, when he killed my dad. Oh yeah, he killed my dad.
I'm sorry to hear. The more I hear about it, the worse it gets.
Oh, I haven't even got to the thick part. Yeah. Um.
We're going to walk past that and not mention it.
Okay.
And also close the doors. I think you have
Okay.
enough trauma for the time being.
But you know, the crazier thing was he killed my dad, but he framed it on 6. So then we kinda had to kill 6.
Oh.
And you know how I mentioned how I killed my brother?
Yes?
And you know how I mentioned that I didn't remember any of this?
You didn't, but now I know.
You want to know why?
Yes.
Jack, that fucking bitch
Oh,
had been altering my memories, literally erasing crucial bits of trauma with fucking command blocks.
is that a thing he could do?
Well, it happened to me, so I'm assuming so. Why are you insinuating that I made this up, Sal?
I'm
Cause
not. It's just that you're the second case of memory loss that I've met in a very short period of time, so I'm surprised. But I do believe you.
oh, who else are you talking about?
Um, I don't know if I want to share this information yet, because they're in a sensitive situation currently. But
Okay,
I
I'm
may
going to
check
make
with
a.
them and see if maybe there's a correlation, and if there is, and if there's a way to regain memories using command blocks,
Okay,
or that TV head that you mentioned.
yeah, I'm gonna make a bold guess. You're talking about. I've completely forgotten everyone in Sun Valley.
Okay, I think the damage still exists.
Yeah, it's. Alright. Wait.
It's
Oh.
alright.
Hey, Sal, did you ever wonder where Six died?
Not really, but I'm guessing this is
It's.
the place.
Yeah. So, you know, what, let me give you a tour. Who doesn't want to see this? So basically, it was his lifeless body was crawling over here, and then my brother came in and was like, stab, stab, stab. And then I came in and was like, wow, brother, you killed the guy who killed our father.
If I may make a suggestion,
Yeah.
maybe don't show this place to Kevin or anybody that might have known Six. That might be
Why?
upsetting for them.
Oh.
The same way you probably don't want to think about your family dying, they might not want to think about their friend dying.
Oh. Oh, you're right. You're right.
It's alright because I never met him, so
Yeah, I only really met him once, and that was
that was then.
more so his. Well, it was more so his lifeless body, if anything.
Hmm.
See, my brother did most of the the hard stuff growing up. Obviously, that kind of changed. Well, one of us is alive, and spoilers tell it's not him.
I gathered as much, yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of hard things, maybe we should change the subject.
Oh, okay.
I had a discussion not too long ago with Everall regarding some traitors to the Bastion that he was
Ah,
hunting.
ah, Avril, my Avril. I don't know what to call him. Me and him have a weird. He knew my dad. Does that make him my uncle? I don't know. But the traitors in the bastion. Ah. What do you know about it?
Well, last I checked with him, he was still on the hunt.
Okay. Well,
I'm sensing things have developed.
yeah, yeah. So
Should we
basically,
try to go up?
um, yeah, sure. So basically, Sal.
Mm-hmm.
Um, be a few days ago, me and Avril, well,
Oh no.
died there.
Are you alright?
I'm okay. Yeah, to be honest, I've been a bit sloppy with my just basic survival skills lately.
Depression will
But
do that to you. I
yeah,
understand.
but basically, um, so Everill's told you about these hogs that he was hunting.
Yes, he did say they were responsible for throwing him out of the bastion that he found refuge in when he was lost in the Nether, and since then he
Yeah.
holds an undying grudge against them.
Well, there's good news and there's bad news. What do you want to hear first?
The bad news. I'm feeling
Um,
strong today.
the chief tricked me, because he was trying to get everyone to kill me, but when that didn't work, he kidnapped my best friend, i.e. Gregory, and me and Ever had to team up. I told Ever that he's not allowed to kill the chief because no, if he wants my help, he's not supposed to kill him. But he killed the chief anyway. He said it was to save me, yada yada yada. But even if then, I still didn't want him dead because surely he could have just injured him so we could capture him. Gregory is safe, but I'm still stressed about this because I didn't want death in my hands. Was that a bit too quick?
It's gonna take a second for the implication to sink in, but what I hear is that Everil saved your life by taking the captains, and you wanted to go a purely pacifist way, so this outcome doesn't satisfy you.
Yeah, because okay, this is gonna sound shocking.
Mm-hmm.
Because well, you were there. I killed him.
Yes,
This guy.
I saw.
So you would
Nope.
think. Oh no.
I'm fine.
Okay. Do you want me to come down there?
If you would, please. And please have a more gracious landing than I did.
Don't worry. Yeah, but just because I killed killed Jack doesn't really mean that I'm okay with murder. Okay. To be honest, I didn't really want to become the head of a bastion.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in a sticky situation once I killed him. Because piglin tradition stated that you slay the previous ruler to take charge, and I guess technically speaking, by stabbing him in the back, that legally counted as a duel, even though officially it probably wouldn't have counted.
Hmm.
And then after I got out of, well, the butt of that dragon, literally, I realized, fuck, I gotta at least try. My people have been through enough. I mean, we had that guy as a boss. I can't be worse than him.
You truly are a soft soul.
Yeah. So I've been trying my best to not. Let's check this out. I've been trying my best to word to not be like him because genuinely speaking.
Ugh.
Oh.
There's
Wait.
still honey everywhere.
Is this from that bimbo person?
Yeah. And
Note to self. I must get Bob to clear this up. Bob's my
Sal was over in this house.
yeah. Oh, Bob was my builder. In case you don't know his name, Bob the Builder.
Okay.
He has a saying. His saying is, "Can he fix it?" I wouldn't know. He never comes into work.
That honey is gonna stay there for a while, I feel.
You know, it's weird because there's no blood here. So clearly, Bob cleared up the blood, but he didn't. Oh wait, no, there's blood here.
There is.
Yeah. I think I need to fire Bob.
I mean, the floor is clean.
Yeah,
but
he's
also,
not very consistent.
But also, do you even have enough spine to be able to fire somebody? You feel like you're struggling with leadership.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I keep going on a tangent. But yeah, so I'm trying. To be honest, I'm not sure I can fire someone. Someone would have to really piss me off for me to fire them.
Mm-hmm.
When Gregory went missing, I almost fired our chef.
That is unrelated, though.
Well, the sushi was bad. The sushi did cause mass sickness. But it was just because he was looking at me funny. But he's still working. He scares me. He scares me a lot. I don't know what to do. Hold on, let's go
Well,
over here. Ow.
if you need any advice regarding leadership, maybe I may give you a couple.
Yeah, sure. Go on. Let me go into this house. Gotta check some stuff. Yeah. Wait.
So,
What do you know about leadership? If you don't mind me asking.
far more than I let on. I used to be
Okay.
a noble in my world.
A noble.
Yes.
Okay. Come in or?
With your permission, I don't think I should go down there.
Oh. Is it a bit scary?
Yes, but
Seeing.
also I believe this is Luke's house. And this feels like an invasion of privacy, and I have been trying to
Oh.
be better about this.
Yeah, but he hasn't been to this city in ages. He wouldn't know. But okay. I'm not gonna push any further. But yeah, go on.
So as I
Sorry, as you were
said,
saying.
I used to
Yeah.
be a noble, so I know
Uh-huh.
a thing or two about ruling.
Yeah.
And one of the first things you have to do, I think, in regards to you, is to be able to be assertive.
Oh, what does that mean? Sorry, that wasn't in English class.
Okay, so what I mean by that is you
Uh-huh.
cannot be whining, you cannot be hesitating, you cannot be waiting to find the proper words. If you are giving orders, you give them from your chest. You say what you mean. You don't have to be mean, you just have to be firm. Make people want to obey your order. You need to know what you're doing and what is going on. You need to be efficient. And if you
Oh,
do that, you will make people want to follow you, to follow your orders, to do what you say. And then the machine can work as it is meant to, and everything will go perfectly for everyone involved. As long as the leader, the person in charge, has a good heart. And I think you do have one.
how do you know? You can't see my heart.
No, but I can see you covering up for somebody that is fallen behind.
Touche. Um, but yeah, but my thing is okay. Truthfully, I know. Sorry, I've just been a bit shaken up since the chief died because yeah, he kidnapped my best friend. Yeah, he deserved it. Um, and controlling everyone was probably hard, and it was bold of me to assume that he would have actually just obeyed me. Um, but I didn't. I'm trying really hard to not be Jack 2.0. And and if I just let these little things slip, then I don't know. What do you think? Like do I?
It depends what aspect of Jack you don't want to have. If you don't want to be mean like he was, and be vicious like he was, you don't have to be. But you have to recognize that he had a certain charisma that made people follow him. Maybe you can do
Yes,
something with that because that wasn't inherently evil or harmful.
but Everett brought up this point that sometimes you still have to get your hands dirty to get the job done, and that's truthfully what I'm scared about.
Well, he's not completely wrong, but here's the thing. If you are in power, you can decide who gets to do those things. If you don't want to do them, then have someone around you that can do them.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can delegate. You don't have to do everything on your own.
Hmm. No, you're right. You're right. Guess I gotta open up some piglin job applications.
And
Oh,
you will notice that to get people to follow you, you will
to
need
be
to fall
assertive.
back. Yes, exactly, on my first point.
Okay.
If you'd like to try with me, Let's say you want me to go back to the bastion right now. It is very important and you don't have time to give me details.
All right. Can I psych myself up quickly?
Yes, of course.
Come on, Soph. You're not ugly. You're a smart piggy. Okay, you can do this. All right. Hey, Sal, you wanna go to the bastion, please?
All right, interesting first try.
Is it?
But I get the feeling that if I tell you no, you're never going to be able to make me move.
Yeah. So you want me to try again?
Yes, but this time when you psych yourself up, remind yourself of who you are and what position you're in. You are the chief of the bastion, you're the captain of the Rose Bastion. You have authority here.
Okay. Sorry, that was gonna bother me.
No, fully understand. Oh.
You keep it. I don't want to see that. Okay. I'm the Lord of the Bastion. I'm the Lord of the Bastion. I'm the Lord of the Bastion. Who am I? I'm the fuck. Okay. Sal,
Yes?
go back to the Bastion. Now.
Alright, that was
that-
much better. However, the sword was a little aggressive.
Oh.
And you
Wait,
you can also still say please if you need to. Would you like to see how I would handle it?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to psych yourself up, or you think you're good?
Oh, I don't need to. I have practice.
Oh, okay, go on.
Stealth Hawk, I am waiting for you at the bastion as soon as possible.
Okay.
See?
Oh.
Firm, not necessarily mean. Giving you the indication that you need.
Okay. Can I try again then?
Of course, yes.
Alright. So, you're supposed to be at the Bastion 5 minutes ago. You gonna hurry up, or?
I'm not sure you want to guilt trip people.
Oh, so meet me at the Bastion. Is that better?
Okay, the audio cut on my side, but that sounded way better.
Oh,
With a bit more practice, it will come to you naturally. You're going to find a formula or something that you can just use that you know works.
Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, again?
I'm not gonna wait for Bob to do this.
You know what? That's understandable.
Huh. But you know what?
I'm not going to start a collection.
I just, if I keep them in my inventory too long, I'll see them and then I'll get stressed. So I'm just hoping that you'll dispose of them properly.
And given I'm not a cleaning lady, I would appreciate if I didn't have to take up this role.
Well, all you have to do is shove them into some fire. I mean, there's some fire over. There's some fire, right? Oh wait, that doesn't count. Maybe there's.
Well,
wait.
I will see what I will do with those heads. But at least you're free of them now.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry.
So, was there anything else?
No, I mean, we haven't finished this tour.
That's fair. Didn't quite go over and see the shore. I think Luke went that way last time.
Yeah. How did this happen?
Elon Husk?
Yeah, wait, that's a husk to you.
Is it not to you? Does it have a different name?
No, you're right. This is Elon Husk. Sorry. We haven't. I don't really see much husks in Benever, so I'm kind of not used to what they look like, and this is totally a normal husk. This is totally a normal husk. Elon Husk.
If that helps, it's a little small, but yeah.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Why do I not look okay, Sal? Do I not look or sound okay?
You seem pretty stressed suddenly.
I mean, are you really surprised? I've kind of told you about Actually, so I think you're right. I'm getting a little tired. I probably should head back to the bash and sit down. I'm sorry to cut this short. If you want, you're free to. Wait, can I see the document again? I need to double check something.
Yes, hold on, give me a second. Here you go.
Okay, hopefully. Yeah, you should be able to use that again if you really need to talk to me again.
Alright, I'm gonna try not to abuse it. You look like you could take some rest. And
Well,
after everything you told me, I would understand.
yeah, I haven't slept since.
Well, obviously don't try to sleep in the nether.
Yeah. Anyway, hold on. I need to find my thing. But yeah, thank you, Sal. I'll. Sorry,
The
it was
portal
rude
home
of
is
me.
over here. I think you got left.
It's
Turn
okay. I
around.
can find. There's plenty of portals. I can find it. Just take some chocolate.
Oh,
Ow. I'll be fine. Um, tell the people of the valley that I said hi.
will
The
do.
portal is this way.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Goodbye. He worries me. Why are you so upsetting to him? Oh well. That was a lot of trauma that I would not have expected. I mean, he's a bit skittish, yes. But does that justify what he went through? I don't know.
Wait.
I'm not here, I didn't see anything. I am leaving. He's probably gonna start heading back to the bastion. I don't know who started working on this, but it looks good, aside from the fact that a lot of those materials are going to be difficult to gather by hands. This should be alright. If I can borrow a lot of netherrack. No, nether warts. But the rest, yikes. That, warp planks, I'm not that rich, which is a horrible thing to realize. What am I gonna do with these jakeheads? I don't know yet. But goddamn, treating me like a cleaning lady. I should have him skewered. So what did we learn? We learned that he has trouble with leadership, which, given he was given it by force, I can understand why. Definitely still has a good heart, a lot of trauma. What else? He seems to have the seedlings of authority required to be a good leader. Just needs to cultivate it. I'm assuming for that it's better if he isn't completely shaken up by everything that is happening. A pacifist, which I'm grinding my teeth at that, but it's alright. If I can have Everall on my side, I can tolerate a couple of pacifists. However, there might be something that he might not want to know yet. Good evening.
Is that a visitor? for me.
It is. I think this is the first time we are speaking face to face.
Yeah. I take it you know who I am.
I don't think there's anybody in the valley that doesn't know who you are, Jake.
Hell yeah, famous.
Was that the
How are
plan?
you? Part of it.
Truly.
Never hurts.
I see.
What brings you my way?
Well, I wanted to meet the man behind the legend, as it were. I have been able to observe you a couple of times without you knowing I was around. But it doesn't beat having a proper, civilized conversation.
That is rather disconcerting, but I suppose better late than never. Okay.
Well, I had to gather information. I had just arrived, after all, and there was a war going on.
War is a harsh word. I'd call it more a light argument.
So to you, this was a light argument.
Uh, yeah, just a disagreement of how things should be run.
Mm-hmm. That warranted the loss of so many lives?
Uh, yeah, a rather substantial disagreement, granted, but hey, you know, they could have just listened to me and that wouldn't have happened. They could have stayed away and that wouldn't have happened, but there you are.
Mm-hmm. May I ask a couple of questions?
You can certainly try your best.
I don't expect you to be fully honest with all of your answers, but I also assume you haven't had many people willing to just listen for a while.
Well, that'd be a correct guess. I haven't really had anybody come by. Somebody left this in here. It has Luke's name in it a couple of times, so I assume it's some sort of anti-me propaganda.
Oh. It looks to be a screenplay.
I knew it. That damn Luke's making a movie about this.
To be fair, this intro seems to be about you.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What does it say? Something terrible about me. It calls me short or something, doesn't it?
No, it's actually surprisingly flattering.
Yeah. Nice.
So, this whole plan that you had, this entire cult of personality that you developed with the piglins, what was the plan if you had succeeded in taking, then raising New Sun City from the map?
Well, the raising of New Sand City, that was more just to make the point. They you know, Luke and all of his jolly little band of miscreants, they just wouldn't stop pushing, and I sort of just knew that that was where it was going to go, and that was just, you know, the best way for me to handle that. That was the best way to get my point across. But the main plan, which still sort of is the plan, uh, is I'm just gonna keep going. You know, don't get me wrong. I'm in here to become a great new nice member of society and be just like all of you guys and be nice and listen to and do whatever Luke says and whatever you guys do. But the plan at the time was I'm just gonna keep on getting bigger and, you know, make a sort of society, you know? That's how societies start, after all. It's just a gang that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. A group of people who following one, you know, ideal, and then whoever's at the top at the start, they get to stay at the top, and they just get bigger and more powerful and more wealthier and all of those nice stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I don't want that anymore. No, I'm reformed now. You could probably let me out now if you wanted, please.
Jake, that might probably work with people that have good memories with you. However, I do not know you.
So you don't know how bad I could possibly be, but totally am not.
I was this close to holding you at spear point during your little argument with Atlas. I was there when the World Eater started advancing on New Sand City. And I
Yeah.
have seen the X on the board under the name of 6. I know what you're capable of. And I was
You
just told
overestimate me.
some very interesting information partaking to, let's say, the past of stealth.
Stealth. The little ugly one. Yeah, I remember him. Why you're gonna put me at Spirit Point? And he's the one who murdered me. He deserves it more than anybody. Bastard
Oh,
betrayed me. No conviction.
He deserved to kill you more than anybody. I do agree with that.
That's not necessarily true. You know,
You
that's betrayal.
you took
You know,
2
it's one
people
thing.
from his family.
So I had to. No, wait, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. That's not true. That's not true. And also, you know, it's at least I never betrayed any of my soldiers or anybody who was on my side. You know, that's like if one of Luke's little guys stabbed him in the back. You know.
I'm fairly certain that has
Betrayal.
happened before. Although I
See,
can't remember anything specific.
see, conviction.
If you want to call it that. You had a couple more allies during this fight that you didn't seem to be able to use properly. Anne was found in a house being told not to move.
Ally. She was a sort of, I don't know. I don't need that many allies if I'm being entirely honest with you. You know, I can get what I want
Quite
when I want
clearly.
it. But, you know, it's nice to have some people around for amusement's sake. Yeah.
You are creepingly lonely under all of that amusement. So I'm not surprised you still want people around. You just don't want to get too attached to them or for them to be too attached to you.
And you overanalyze others instead of analyzing yourself. Now, we can have this little therapy session some other time. Do you have anything else to ask me?
Any thought regarding Julian and his betrayal of you? You dealt with
Uh,
that.
yeah, disappointing, not totally surprised. But, you know, uh, yeah, I don't know. Not much you can do about that. It was I wouldn't say a hurdle, definitely not a roadblock. It was a bit of a it was like a mild bump on the road, I'd say.
Were you expecting it?
I can't say I was expecting it, but I thought, he'd stay, pliable or gullible or moldable or whatever you want to say for, a few more episodes. But nah, he got out of that fairly earlier than I was expecting. But again, it was never going to be a huge issue, so I didn't have to worry about it.
There's still something that surprises me, though. You're trying to convince me that you are reformed, a proper citizen now. Clearly, I could just let you out if I wanted to. Why are you still in that cell? I do know for a fact that there are some loyalists still out there. Piglins, yes, but maneuvering a lever isn't very complicated for piglins, so why are you still here?
Okay, look, loyalists, that's a terrible rumor, probably started by, I don't know, some weirdo going around, a particularly ugly little weirdo. uh I the look, Luke came to me, right? And we had a bit of a discussion. And Luke, Luke, he's a dangerous madman. He 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 broke his rule. He is the most powerful being on the server, and he tries to make people around him comfortable by saying, "Oh, I have this power, but I'll never use it. You guys don't have to worry. I went mad before, yeah, but that was because of a spooky little spiky thing. No, that'll never happen again. I'll never go mad with power again. But he has the power, and he will use it, and he has used it. And just because it's against me, bit of an extreme example now, but how long will it be until eventually it's minor inconveniences getting in his way? You know, I don't want to get in the middle of that. Plus, I feel bad about the whole disagreements that we had. I can join back into your little posse and help you guys and keep an eye on him and make sure he doesn't, start, going a bit kooky with power, After all I was trying to do was just even the playing field, It's not fair that he gets to be the strongest being on the server, and then as soon as somebody else comes along and has a fraction of the power he has, that then all of a sudden it's a huge problem, and he has to get rid of it immediately. I mean, I've seen that sort of power dynamic in societies before. You probably know something about it, I'm sure.
I do, and
It's not something you want to keep going.
I also know something about the word immediately. A few months for a battle in a community of at most 20 people is not immediately. He has been struggling, trying not to use his advantage for very long. You pushed him on purpose for him to break.
And yet he broke.
He did. And that I do
He did.
recognize.
Now look at me. Like you said, like all of you say, I have no friends. I don't have that many allies. I'm a frail little guy. I'm just a goofy little guy. And this guy, I was able to break him. I was able to break him with like very minimal effort. It wasn't that big of a deal on my part. It never was. But yet I broke him. And you think that you can keep trusting him. Isn't that a bit ridiculous?
I am not stupid enough to think that the size of your muscles is what made Luke break. It's what's inside your head that is dangerous, and just because it cannot be displayed as easily doesn't mean it is any less dangerous.
He's weak, okay? That's undeniable. He's not okay. Even if he isn't weak, he's not strong enough. He's not infallible. At some point, eventually, something will go wrong. That power will get to him. It always does. It always does. At least with me, I was handing it out, giving everybody an even playing field. But he only wants to be the most powerful.
I believe
unless somebody changes that, it's going to stay that way. And he'll break again. And who knows who'll get hurt next time.
I believe you're projecting a little bit. If he truly wanted power, he has power. He's already the most influential figure of the valley. If he wanted money, he could spawn in money. If he wanted incredible builds, hell, he has Leon. If he doesn't want to spawn all the blocks himself. And yet he hasn't done any of that. He has built a beer garden, Jake. That's what he's done with his power. That and show up shirtless at a housewarming.
Look. I know his type, okay? I know his type. He's been given this power, right? He hasn't had to work very hard to get it. And granted, like you say, he's putting in a decent amount of effort to keep it down and to be just like you and to be just like me. But he's not like you, and he's not like me, and he's never going to be.
I agree
he's
with you.
He's always going to be standing above us, right? And at some point, whether you think it will or it won't, I've seen it enough to know that it'll get to him. It'll get to him, and eventually he'll start believing it. He'll start knowing that he's stronger than us. He's more powerful than us. We both know he can do what he wants. Eventually he's going to realize that, and he's going to believe it, and he's going to start taking what he wants. It always happens.
Jake, how old are you?
Buy me dinner first. Never ask a lady her age.
If I throw you a steak, does that count as dinner?
I haven't eaten in a while.
Oh, really? Well, you know what? Have chocolate.
Nutritious. I'm something like, I think like 23, 2, 4, somewhere around that range. I don't know.
Early 20s?
Yeah, I'd guesstimate that. Yeah, I didn't really keeping track of that stuff. Not necessary, you know.
Jake, I am a 60-year-old noble. I have seen people in power. A lot.
Good for
And
your age.
I have seen... Thank you, I live double the lifetime of a normal human. That is besides the point, however. I have seen a lot of people in power, and I have seen people like you, and I have seen people like Luke. I have seen people that as soon as they get handed power, abuse it on everybody below them. Your analysis of the situation has parts of truth. He is not like us. He has a power and a responsibility that he is actively running from. But eventually he's going to have to use it. And a lot of people deplore the fact that he took so long before getting to use it. He is not handling the amount of power and responsibility that he has as he should. But he's barely any older than you are. You two are testing out your limits. You're learning what to do with power, how to handle it. And it costs people their lives, because that is what happens when these sorts of things happen. And he will break again, and you will torture and kill people again. I'm not foolish enough to think you're gonna...
No, I'm reformed now.
No, don't lie to me.
I'm not lying. I've never lied once in my life.
Precisely. So, I have seen all of that again. You're not teaching me anything new. And I do agree with some of your points, notably regarding the fact that Luke is not like the rest of us, and the way he handles this difference is not appropriate. However, I heavily disagree what your suggestion on what to do with power is. You should not have power before you solve whatever is going on in your heart.
Maybe. Maybe you've got a point there. I knew what most of those words meant. But, again, and I don't want to, you're a older lady. I don't know, I don't want to offend you.
I look 30 at most.
Yeah, but I'm paying attention. You're like 60. That's like 230s.
Yes. Good job.
Yeah, and look, again, I'm not a unique case. Like you just said, you've seen people like me all the time in a lot of years of existence.
Mm-hmm.
And, so eventually someone like me will come along and they'll be better than me at everything I do. And I'll just be a reformed little citizen sitting around tending my crops, doing, I don't know, what you do guys do, quilting circles or something? Whatever. And then this new version of me will come along and he'll push Luke and Luke will end up getting more people hurt.
Wouldn't you rather be within the community when that happens, to be able to warn and possibly even flex your own abilities when this person comes around? Even if they are better than you, at least if you're not alone, it will be less difficult to deal with. And who knows, you might learn a thing or two from that person too, to be able to use it on the next person.
Hey, look, no one person is going to take down Luke. Because, nobody's ever going to take down Luke, I don't think. Unless we somehow take the power from him. But I don't know how to do that. I'm, again, a little guy in a cell.
Try as you might, I'm never going to see you as pathetic and weak.
I never said that. That's hurting my feelings. Anyway.
You were trying to make me think that. Don't think I didn't see you over there. Like, oh, I am weak in my cell.
look, like I said, like all of this, at the end of the day, has proved a point. Luke will break. Luke will crack. Luke will go back on his promises and go back on his morals for the sake of what's convenient. And as it will with every person, the power will get to him, and eventually it'll be too strong for him to control. And he's going to just do what he wants. I know he will, because he's human. He's like you and me. What I wanted, what I hoped for, was maybe all of us could be, as powerful as one another and go out and do what we want and, make a little cult here and there if they really want to, or go out and be a little superhero or whatever. But, like, it's it's never going to be fair that Luke gets to play God while we are all just sitting here deliberately pretending that'll never go wrong, that he's infallible. And I'm sorry, I know that you're experienced, but you're never gonna make me believe that things will be okay the way that they are.
I'm not even going to try to. Clearly, there's a lack of structure going around.
Yeah, you said it.
Please don't talk with your mouth full. You're a weird little thing.
Okay.
You
Says
have...
the 60-year-old, 30-year-old.
Please let me finish. You have a brilliant mind, but you come to the wrong conclusions half the time. And you are very charismatic in your own way, but you seem to like the base education a lot of people have, like counting or reading. You're very strange, and I'm really wondering how you got there. Because don't get me wrong, I do enjoy you very much. I think with the proper education you would make an amazing jester to be feared in any court.
Stop the flattery. You already gave me my cookies.
I'm not trying to flatter you. I'm just saying what I think. But here is the thing. As you are, you're filled with a very surprising amount of bitterness. And that makes you cruel. So I will not try to open those bars for the time being. And you will get out before you're fully okay, because the people of the valley like you. Either
But
you
I'm
want it or
reformed.
not.
But I'm reformed. I'm good now. See? Happy smile. Luke is good. Yeah. Come on. You can let me out now. I'm ready.
Certainly not. However, I have been harassing you with questions. It's only fair that you get to ask me a few, I think.
That is a good point. Well, okay. How I used to think, because again, reformed now. How are other people talking about Luke and his whole, being God thing? Doing the one thing he said he would never do for the sake of, again, convenience. How's that going over with everybody else?
As far as I could tell, everybody is still acting the same around him, because I believe they do share his vision of if he downgrades himself to being just a normal person, then we can all live together ever after, as equals, which is what his vision has been for very long, which, as you pointed out, has flaws.
Yeah, I still can't believe you said I'm uneducated compared to those guys, but alright, that's neither here nor there.
I didn't say that. I just think you like the education, but you do have some nuggets of wisdom somewhere in there.
I'm
It's all...
experienced. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what I think, actually. It's all street smarts. Like, you've had it rough for a long time and you've developed some kind of knowledge and ability to read people. But since you still like some experience from being so young, you haven't seen all of the situations yet, so you don't know precisely everything. Which isn't bad, it comes with time, and if you stop being so stubbornly aesthetic, let's say, you get to live long enough to figure everything else out. But yes, to come back to your question, everybody thinks to still... wow. Forgive me, English is not
You
my
got this.
native
I believe
language.
you.
Thank you. Everybody seems to still think that everything is fine regarding Luke. However, some discontentment has started to rise up.
All right. Well, that's always good. I mean, bad. Reformed.
I couldn't tell you precisely who isn't satisfied, however.
Who's the smartest out there? I'd say probably that guy. Or
Well,
girl.
Everall's animosity with Luke is no news, but he also has a bone to pick with you, so
Yeah, he's got a bone to pick with everyone. Nothing makes that guy happy.
as far as I know, he doesn't have any trouble with me.
Give it time. He'll grow on you.
I look forward to the competition. So, yes, that's my answer to that question.
Fair enough. Well, what? Okay, well, what's everyone like doing? What's the story?
You would want to know that, wouldn't you? So, as I said,
Yeah, that's why I asked.
Luke is currently working on a beer garden just at the back of his house, a few meters away.
Mm-hmm.
I am currently working on networking the Nether a bit more properly so people stop getting lost.
Nice, nice. I think I lost a few piglins up there at some point.
I wouldn't be surprised, quite honestly. Kevin and Leon had their housewarming,
Nice, nice.
and as far as I'm aware, that is all that is going on currently. I am, of course, not going to tell you anything about Atlas, considering she is apparently the only person you have strong emotions about.
Well, we're great friends. She used to help me out with all that stuff that I asked her to do. And then she like went in that like hole that I put her in. That was pretty funny. Atlas is great.
Ah, the battles between Herobrine's eyes, really.
Quite. By the way, housewarming. Was it cold before?
I am fairly certain you gave an order at some point, notably to a certain Stealth Gregory and his brother, about going and blowing up a specific house.
Mm-hmm. Uh,
Surely a reformed
doesn't sound
person,
familiar.
a good citizen, wouldn't lie.
Uh, no, that doesn't sound familiar. No, I don't remember
Reformed
that.
my ass.
Hey, you don't know everything.
No, I don't. That's precisely why I keep asking so many questions all the time.
Yeah. So, what do you think about the whole situation?
My most precious of information, my own opinion. As I said, I do agree with some of what you said regarding Luke and his power.
I'm right. She said it.
Please don't paraphrase what I said.
Mm-hmm.
So, Luke is young. Luke needs to understand that he might never get to just play normal people with everybody else. I can't fault him for trying to do it. And at least he hasn't started a cult that caused numerous canon deaths.
Again, give him time.
Yeah, and you're not regretful of that, aren't you?
I'm very regretful. I'm a fully reformed new little guy. I love Luke and all of those other people he hangs around with.
Do you truly not care for any of them?
Like, how many people? Give me a rough estimate. How many people do you think you've cared for in your lifetime? Yeah, which is a long one.
5.
How many of them are doing well nowadays?
Tentatively 1.
Yeah. See, look, hey man, I may not be able to count, but I can see when math doesn't add up. And for the majority of the time, I've had that. some experience in that regard. When you've got people, that close to you, and again, someone with infinitely more power than you who doesn't like/care about you, caring for people only really gets them hurt. It only ever does.
I think that's where you're wrong. Because you seem to constantly forget the strength in number. If you are kind and if you are generous and if people love you, they will come to help you and they will give you a chance at what you cannot achieve on your own. The self-sacrifice part is indeed a problem. I do agree with that. However, as I said to Atlas, you cannot control what people are going to do, specifically the people that love you. So the fact that you have been pushing away anybody trying to make a connection with you is a shame, in my opinion, because you're cutting yourself away from power that you could have, that you could decide to use to protect them if you wanted to.
Look, all right. And don't think, and I see what you're doing. You're doing the whole, oh, look at me. I care about you. I'm a therapist. You can sit down on my weird brown leather couch and tell me about all of your problems and your emotions, and I see what you're doing, and I'm not falling for it. I'm doing this willingly. Look, I've been there. I've had, those sort of situations, and and people that did the whole caring thing. And look, it doesn't work well. It doesn't ever work well. And when you don't fit the exact status quo, and you don't spend your entire life doing whatever the strongest person in the room tells you to do, eventually you'll end up getting hurt. And when people love you and when you love other people, they end up trying to stop that. And when again the big guy in the room tells them that I don't want you to go help that person. I don't want that person to do anything other than what I say. Then eventually they all get hurt and you get hurt and none of it mattered because there's one guy in the room that has everything and you have nothing. That's just how it always goes, and that's where Luke's headed. You don't have to believe me, but that's true. You're gonna see it eventually. I just know it. That's how it always goes. Hypothetically.
Well, would you rather be on your own when it happens?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
If I had been on my own when the strongest person in the room got up and grabbed her sword, I would be dead. Granted, the rest of my world would probably still be standing, but I would be dead.
And so you value your own life above your entire world?
Absolutely not. That
Then
was
why is
not
this the
my
good
choice
ending?
to make.
Then why is this the good ending? If you could make the choice, if you were, no offense, if you were smart enough to see the problems coming and to make the choice of giving up and then letting go of those people that cared about you, then they would all still be around. And wouldn't you yourself say that that's the better option?
In my specific situation, it could not have turned that way, unfortunately.
I'm sorry to hear that. But in a lot of situations, that's the rap. So, you know, if you're sometimes you can see a crash coming. And you can choose to, push you can see the train coming down the tracks, right? You know that one. And you can choose to push your friend in front of the track, or I don't know, jump in front of the track. Or you can choose to walk away, not care about any of it. You know? You get me.
Is that the
You
path
get me.
you're trying to go down? Just avoiding every train ever?
No, I'm a reformed citizen. I'll do whatever Luke tells me to do.
That is bullshit, and we both know it.
That's what they're saying I should do. And that's what I'm gonna do. Reformed.
You know you don't have to lie to me, right?
I don't have to tell the truth to you either.
That is true. And I'm not going to force you. I'm just presenting an idea. You do not have to lie to me. In case you want to try being honest again, because little Mr. Jake, that doesn't want anybody near him, still considers jumping in front of a train, still considers the life of the people that he loves.
Nope.
Yes, you do.
Nope.
I can hear it in your dialogue.
Yeah, you think so.
And you're trying very hard to cover that up. Now, granted, it's
I don't
probably
try at all.
your filter and like all of your years of experience and pain that makes you do that.
Pain? What pain? I've never experienced pain in my life.
You were just telling me about it.
I've been happy. No, I wasn't. That was entirely a hypothetical. Did you not hear me say hypothetical at the end? It was a hypothetical scenario. It was the Charlie car problem, you know? No, I don't need to worry about any of that because I don't have any loved ones. I don't care about the people on the tracks. I don't care about the train. I don't care about any of it. And so I don't have to worry about it. I can just go down and do whatever I want.
Well, if whatever you want is trying to survive, having people on your side is the way to go. And if what you want is be happy, having people on your side is the way to go. Whichever way you look at it, eventually you need to be surrounded by people, so might as well choose the good people, the right people, the people with a good heart. Because even if you don't want to get attached, don't get attached. Just fake it. And then you'll have good people just laying themselves at your feet for you to cross, if that is truly what you want, just surviving. And if you want to care for those people, care for those people.
Look, I look. You looking?
I am looking.
Okay. No.
All right. As I said, I'm not gonna force you.
Good. I'm not gonna. You're not my mom.
I think I would know I would have wide eyes if I did.
Saying something about me?
No, I just find it funny that you and Atlas both have wide eyes, because there's a legend in my world. The people with wide eyes
story time.
Yes, the people with wide eyes are called Herobrine eyes. From Herobrine, quite obviously. And surprisingly, they always end up having the most incredible of fates. They cannot have anything simple. Every last one of them has an incredible fate. Either it be as the worst villain everybody has ever seen, or some incredibly reformed heroes, or people of incredible knowledge and power. Some just walk into situations and when they leave, it has entirely changed, down to the very regime that was in place.
The three piggies and the big wolf.
I lost you, didn't I?
A while ago.
I see. Well, I'm not surprised you and Atlas clash so violently, because you both have very strong fates.
You know, come here. I don't want any kids to hear. You know that those story things. You know, they're not real, right? It's like Santa Claus and all that stuff. It's not. It's fake. I know. I was surprised when I found out too, but it's fake.
Yes, I know, and there is no Queen of England.
There's no Queen of England. There's no Easter Bunny.
Yeah. Well, I believe at this stage it's just whatever one wants to believe. You want to believe you'll make it on your own. Fine. And I want to believe that you have an extraordinary fate, and so does Atlas. Simple as that. It just doesn't have to be a villainous path.
Doesn't have to be.
No, but you can choose for it to be.
It's not going to be because I'm reformed.
All right.
I've already done the whole thing because I've reformed. I'm a total good guy now.
Yes, that might eventually try to make another little cult.
Ah, you know.
As long as you're not
Uh,
using command blocks, should be legal.
yeah, exactly. See, should be legal. I don't see what the problem with any of, or I didn't see what the problem is, but now I understand that everything I did was wrong because I'm reformed.
Oh my god, you're really good at that. I'm fairly certain they're going to believe you eventually.
I don't know what you mean. There's nothing to believe except the truth. Reformed. Good guy now. You can let me out.
I will not let you out.
That's a buzzkill.
I
Anyway.
know. Well, maybe I can write you letters. You can't read.
Yeah, way to bring it up. I can read. It's just some of you guys can't spell.
Oh my god, he's dyslexic and he doesn't even know how to read. It gets worse by the second.
What are you saying?
You really need an education system, or like a school or something. I'm fairly certain there's one somewhere in the academy. Oh boy. Well, dear reformed citizen,
Me.
keep going on the right path. Keep sticking to the community eventually. It might save your hide.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
And on that note, if you'll excuse me, I will now take my leave.
Get more. If you come back, bring more cookies.
Please. You need
You're
to
welcome.
say it. You're reformed now,
Bring
right?
more cookies. Yeah, I'm reformed.
So surely you're polite now.
I'm polite.
So,
Yeah, if you come back, bring more cookies.
well, unless you tell me please, I'm not going to do that. Very simple bargain, really.
You're making this purposefully. See, that's you're doing this deliberately. That's how's that? You're meant to be the nice one in this situation, and you're deliberately making this harder on me than it needs to be. You're putting me in an uncomfortable situation on purpose. See,
Jake.
never mind. I don't want to talk to you again. You're rude. I mean,
Jake, I am not a good one.
yeah.
I am way too old to be a good one.
You said it.
And unfortunately, I was the Jake of my world.
Yeah. I don't believe you. You ain't got the style. You ain't got the grace.
Well, obviously, I couldn't just show up and have my best drip. I would have been found out immediately.
Yeah, see,
And
I keep that drip on me and keep it all under wraps.
no way. I would have ended up there.
I ended up down here.
Well, that's better. At least
Depending on your point of view.
they didn't follow you and try to take all of your kind of lives. Granted, I'm not certain 100% what they would do to me, but I'd rather not find out before I am fully in my own power.
Hell, if I wasn't in this cell under the semi protection of our Lord and Savior Luke, then I'm sure a lot of people out there would probably be gunning for me.
That is why you're in the cell.
No, I'm reformed. That's just a potential idea, a fanfic.
That's smart, actually. That's a good move. I respect that. Well, I look forward to seeing what other shenanigans you're going to get up to.
And bringing back cookies.
Please.
No problem.
All right, no cookies for you. Goodbye.
So rude.
I heard that. Oh gods, he is fun. This is terrible. However, his techniques of manipulation are very childish. Either that is truly the extent of his manipulation when he's not engaging in his own terms, or he's playing dumb specifically to try to make me lower my guard. Either way, harmless as long as you don't let him get any power on you. And very fun to be around. I thoroughly enjoy that. I'm really glad I decided to get up this morning. And that is the lore! So what do we think of the reformed Jake? I was so looking forward to our characters meeting. Jake is so fun. What a man! Yes, indeed. I want to ask him everything about his past. I want to know. That was an interesting combo. Yeah, very much so. You know, I want to play D&D with him. I think he would make the most banger of characters. All right. So yeah, I think that's the most insight we've had on my character's whole mentality and everything for a long time. So I hope you guys enjoy the stream. You're confused. Yes, about what? Tell me everything, Stealth. Wasn't he in the Bastion? Who knows? Maybe. You know, that's funny. I went through the portal and you were standing there looking into nothingness, just screaming because something was going wrong. And I just ran past, like, I didn't see him. He's not supposed to be here. But yeah, and thank you for the raid. And I'm now going to go and look at your POV to try to get an idea of your prereq, because I don't know what it is yet. Now eep. Yeah, it is close to midnight for me, so I'm going to go and eep, because I have work tomorrow. Should have moved more. No, it's fine. Honestly, it was funny that way. Plus, the people were busy looking at your prereq. They didn't see it. I think the only person that was in my chat was Kevin at the time. So yeah. Thank you everybody very much for coming. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And I hope you will enjoy tomorrow's lore as well. Thank you. Thank you too. And I hope whatever you were working on in the background was, like, turned out okay. It sounded like it looked good. It ended SMP with Oscar. Fudge! You're right! Oh, that was Oscar. We were so close to having a perfect one. Jake, I'm the best. Yes, you are. Wanna see it when you're done? Oh, yes! Okay, I'll stay on the server a little bit longer just to come and see it. I think I was talking to my mom or something. You decided to scuff my lore. Like, your stream was fine, but you decided to scuff my lore. How dare you, Stealth? Alright, I'm gonna end there for tonight. Good night, everybody! See you in the next one. Bye-bye, bye-bye.